I've worked as a 911 operator for 10 years. This call is the reason I resigned and checked myself into a psychiatric ward. The night was typical for a suburban Oregon shift, oppressively quiet. At 4:12 a.m., the console lit up. I picked up, expecting a drunk driver or a silent pocket dial. Instead, I heard a child's voice. He couldn't have been more than 6, and he was calm. Too calm. 911, what is your emergency? I asked. Hi. Can you wake my daddy up? He refuses to wake up. I felt that familiar tug of professional concern. Okay, buddy, stay with me. Where is your daddy right now? He's in the kitchen. He tried to make dinner, but he tripped and fell. Now he's filling the floor with red paint. My blood ran cold. Red paint? Do you mean blood? Listen to me carefully, is there a knife near him? No. No knives. The tall man who lives in my closet helped him sleep. He only used his hands. I started tracing the call, my fingers flying across the keyboard. A tall man? Is he in the house right now? Yes. He's standing right behind me. He says you talk too much, Mark. I froze. My name wasn't on the caller ID. How do you know my name? He says he knows you well. He says you forgot to lock your bedroom window before you left for work today. He's looking at Emma while she sleeps right now. I lost my professional composure. I was screaming into the headset. What are you talking about? Who is this? Who is that man? The child's voice shifted. It dropped several octaves, becoming a guttural, distorted rasp that didn't sound human. Don't worry, Mark. I'll make her sleep deeply. Just like this father. The line went dead. I abandoned my station, ignored my supervisor, and drove like a maniac toward my house with a fleet of cruisers behind me. When I arrived, the house was silent. I burst into Emma's room, heart hammering against my ribs. She was there, tucked in, breathing peacefully. I collapsed on the floor, sobbing with relief, thinking it was a sick, elaborate prank, but then I reached out to stroke her hair, and I saw it. Tucked under her pillow was a baby monitor. It was active. And coming through the speaker was my own voice, recorded from the office 5 minutes ago. 911, what is your emergency? The police investigation broke me. The call hadn't come from my home phone. It came from a high-frequency transmitter embedded inside the drywall of my daughter's room. Someone had been living inside the walls for months. They had carved out a nest made of my daughter's old clothes and hundreds of candid photos of me sleeping, taken through the air vents. They found a recorder with thousands of hours of my 911 shifts. The intruder had been studying my voice, my patterns, and my life. But the detail that sent me to the ward was the DNA they found in that crawlspace. It matched mine perfectly, but it was the DNA of a child. As if a version of me had stopped growing and stayed in the dark, waiting. I moved to a different state. I changed my name. Emma stopped speaking entirely, she just stares at the walls and smiles. A week ago, in a city where nobody knows us, my phone rang. Private number. I answered, my hand shaking. I heard a recording of myself from years ago. 911, what is your emergency? Then, a child's giggle whispered, we found another open window, Mark. And this time, Emma opened it for us. I looked up. Emma was standing in the kitchen doorway, holding a steak knife. She looked at me with a hollow grin and said, Daddy, the tall man says the red paint tastes much better than coffee. I'm writing this from a reinforced room in a facility. They say I had a breakdown and hurt my own family. But I know the truth. The call never